YouTube, and welcome to my first battle report featuring my new tyranids with their new 6th edition codex against my mate Mike's Blood Angels and Imperial Guard. 1750 battle report is a scouring and Dawn of War deployment. The Blood Angels army consists of a librarian with Sword of Sanguinius and Blood Lance for troops, and 2 assault marine squads with 2 flamers and melter bombs on a sergeant. There's a Furiosa Dreadnought with Blood Talons in a drop pod, a standard Dreadnought with Blood Fist and Multi-Melter in a drop pod. For the Imperial Guard detachment, he's got a company command squad in a Chimera with 2 heavy bolters, 1 veteran squad with 3 grenade launchers and a missile launcher in a Chimera, same again in a Chimera, and 2 Lehman Russ executioners. The Tyranid army consists of Hive Tyrant with 2 Tyrant Guard, a Bone Sword Lash Whip and Scything Talons. He's also got 2 Psychic Powers, Paroxysm and Dominate. 6 Raveners with Devourers, 20 Hormagaunts, 14 Gene Stealers including a Brood Lord, 5 Warriors with Death Spitters, 2 Carnifexes, a Trigon, 6 more Raveners with Devourers, and 16 Termagants, and that's 1750 of Tyranids. So, Blood Angel deployment, it's got a unit of Assault Marines with 2 Flamers there, Chimeras, Lehman Russes, and more Assault Marines. There's 2 drop pods in reserve with Dreadnoughts. And Tyranids have infiltrated Gene Stealers all the way over here. And Raveners, Carnifexes, Gaunts, Hive Tyrant in the middle with his guard next to Raveners, and behind them even more Warriors. And the Gaunts there. Rest of the board, we have 2-point objective, another 2-point objective, a 4-point objective, and a 3-pointer there, and a 1 is there. That's what the board looks like. As it stands, Blood Angels have turn 1, Tyranids did not steal the initiative. So on to Blood Angels turn 1. End of movement on Blood Angels turn 1. Assault Marines here, move from there. Chimeras stayed still. The Lehman Russes nudged up. That assault squad stayed still, scared of the Gene Stealers. And first drop pod came down with Dreadnought, with Melter and Power Fist, right in front of my Hive Tyrant. Looking to take him on. Thinks he's going to tie me up, but I really doubt it. On to Blood Angels shooting phase.
I've still got to do that assault.
Right, Blood Angels and Imperial Guard shooting phase. Turn 1, Lehman Russes shot the Carnifexes. Managed to do 3 wounds on the front one, but wasn't able to kill it. Dreadnought and the drop pod fired at the Hive Tyrant and his guard and did 1 wound on the guard. The 3 Chimeras shot at the Raveners, killed 1 and left 1 on 1 wound, and that's it for Blood Angels shooting turn 1. On to assault phase, if there is any. So, Blood Angel assault phase, all he did was his librarian, if I can actually find him. There he is. Cast Sword of Sanguinius on a double 1, so 1 wound for him. And on to Tyranids. Turn 1, how are they going to respond to this Dreadnought? End of Tyranid movement, turn 1. Gene Stealers just nudged up. Raveners moved into the woods, Carnifexes moved up beside the drop pod, Gaunts stayed on the objective. Hive Tyrant and his guards surrounded the Dreadnought. Raveners moved up into the woods. Gaunt moved Gaunts moved up to face the oncoming assault marines, and the warriors moved up to support the Gaunts. So on to Tyranid, shooting phase, turn 1. End of Tyranid's shooting phase, turn 1. Genestealers ran up a bit. Raveners shot a few shots through at the Space Marines there, killed 1. Carnifexes just ran. Gaunts stayed where they were. Hive Tyrant stayed where he was. Warriors ran up 3 inches. Raveners shot these assault marines and did nothing. The Gaunts ran up 7 inches thanks to their new run rule, being able to run d6 plus 3. So yeah, looks like the assault marines are going to come in and burn them next turn. Tyranid assaults, there aren't going to, well, there's this one here, so we shall come back in a moment and see how that goes. So, end of Tyranid assault phase, Hive Tyrant smashed the drop pod. Dreadnought, we'll get that right. And just massacred up 3 inches. So, how are they going to do against the barrage of heavy bolter and assault marines coming in? Alright, on to movement of Blood Angels, turn 2. So, Blood Angels movement on turn 2. Librarian and his assault marines have jumped out to engage the Genestealers. 2 flamers ready to burn them. Leman Russes moved back. They're afraid of the Carnifexes. Chimeras, oh, they stayed where they were. How predictable. And these assault marines have moved up to take on the Gaunts. Gonna burn them as well. And the Furious of Dreadnought came down just behind the Warriors. So looks like my Hive Tyrant might get the option to put a second Dreadnought on his kill counter. Moving into Blood Angels shooting phase. End of shooting phase for the Blood Angels. Quite a successful shooting phase. Over here, Librarian managed to kill himself trying to cast Blood Lance, but did kill 5 of the Genestealers, but they held morale. One of the Carnifexes has been killed, and this one's left on 1 wound from the Leman Russes. Over here, drop pod killed 1 Gaunt, most eventful thing in the turn. Raveners have been wiped out down to 1 model from the combined fire and orders from the Chimeras. And Assault Marines have burnt most of the Gaunts away. There's only a few left. So, on to Blood Angels. Oh, missed one thing. Furioso came down and melted one of the warriors. So, yeah, on to Blood Angels assault phase. Right, end of Blood Angels assault phase. Genestealers killed 1 assault marine and lost 5 their number. Whiffed completely, but luckily they held. Over here, the assault marines attempted to charge, but failed by 1 inch. So the Gaunts are free to do a whole lot of nothing, because probably get killed by the flamers in the snapshot. So on to Tyranid's turn 2. Let's see how we do. Right, end of Tyranid's movement phase, turn 2. Raveners failed their instinctive behaviour and decided to eat each other with the new instinctive behaviour rules. Carnifex just moved up, limping along. Gaunt stayed where they are. Hive Tyrant has moved back and cast his 2 psychic spells, Domination and Paroxysm. Domination extends his synapse to 18 inches. And he's made this squad over here weapon skill, ballistic skill 1. So yeah, that's quite hilarious. And Gaunts have just moved up, Raveners moved up, and Warriors have moved up. All going to engage. Plan here is the Raveners going to soak up the Overwatch shots for the Gaunts. Yeah. Oh, and Mr. Trigon popped up right there beside the Chimeras. So hopefully we'll be able to get rid of one of those. On to Tyranid shooting phase. Right, end of Tyranid shooting phase. Warriors shot and managed to kill 2 from there, both the flamers, and the Raveners shot and killed 1. And Trigon shot the Chimera and did nothing. So on to Tyranid assault phase.